We weren't prepared for this.
As the weather swung from unseasonably warm to freak snowstorms in just a matter of days, we've been caught off guard.
The groundworks for our stone cottage renovation kicked off, only to be halted by the weather.
And life on our off-grid homestead just got significantly harder.
I can't feel my fingers.
We've got a feeling this winter's going to break us or make us.
Hopefully the latter.
Them's what dreams are made of.
We were not ready for this.
Snowy day on the homestead. Not prepared for this, are we?
No.
So there we were, enjoying balmy autumnal afternoons, picking sloes, wearing short sleeves even, oblivious to how things would change and how quickly. I'm having flashbacks to the borage.
Seriously spiky.
So we've grown all this borage.
Oh, we say all, it's just one plant.
And we're not really sure why or what to do with it.
Ow.
It's attacking Cavan currently.
Ow. 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 It's been eviscerated by... Do not snap a blackthorn into your own face.
No.
It's sharp.
10 out of 10, do not recommend.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the lichen. Seen the lichen? So beautiful. It's a little bit of advice. Don't bring the really short person slow picking. I'm effectively useless.
Find short trees.
Come and see the lichen on this tree. It's absolutely beautiful. Isn't it stunning?
Do you hear that? That is the sound of a digger. I don't think I've ever been so happy to hear a digger in the background before in my life. And these are the tracks of a digger. So this is the area where the soakaway crates are going to be. Done a bit of levelling, done a bit of excavation. So the gabion meshes are going to be built up along here, retaining a new extended bank of soil up to here, with the soakaway crates buried in there. So did a little prep work yesterday. So they turned up yesterday. That was first day, and it was all action straight away, moving vehicles around so that they can get access, and just basically cracking on. So didn't get a chance to take any footage yesterday, but we're going to show a bit of progress today and hopefully capture some of the good stuff. So, progress on the coldest day of winter so far. Started off at pretty much freezing this morning. There were some frozen puddles, and the actual feed to the caravan from the well, that was very slow. Took like an hour this morning to actually warm up enough to actually flow properly. So ideal morning for a bit of groundworks. So as you can see, we've got some progress. We've got the trench dug for the land drain, and well, this trench serves many purposes actually. So we're going to have the land drain, we're going to have the drainage for the guttering, feeding into a separate pipe in the same trench, and also in this section around here will be the flow and return from the manifold, connecting all of the ground source heat pump loop pipes in the field, connecting the manifold to the actual heat pump up here. So the flow and return will come around here and then loop into the cottage here, into the heat pump. So yeah, this trench serves many purposes. We've got the manifold flow and return, we've got the land drain, and we've got the rainwater drainage pipes as well. So yeah, progress. And this has been dug. They made pretty light work of it in a little 3-ton digger. They've checked all the levels. The levels looking good. Let's have a little look. So we've got a bunch of trenches going towards the cottage for the actual downpipe gullies, which will connect the rainwater into the main flow. We've got our electrical cable from the meter going into the cottage, so they were careful around that. Not too bad. A few little nicks and grazes. Pretty good going actually. Obviously knows what you're doing. And then, yeah, so we've reached the end of the trench here on the opposite side of the cottage to the ground source heat pump flow and return. Then we'll have the pipes exit down this side as well. And then we'll be heading towards the sycamore trees where the soakaway crates are. So that's the trenches dug around the cottage. Good progress there. So you can see the gabion cages have started to be assembled down there. They will be getting filled at some point today. So going to get some help with the mini digger and the dumper to be able to scoop up the hardcore, or in this case the stone and the recycled concrete. Hopefully that'll make light work of it, although it is very time consuming having to connect all of the individual cages together, because you've got to loop them on every edge where they meet. Yeah, there's a bunch of manual work involved in actually connecting them all up. It takes a bit of time. That's the layout. We got 2 wide, so we'll have 2 more in front of them. And then the original plan was actually to go 3 high, but the chap has used his fancy auto leveling laser, and it actually turns out that we only need to go 2 high, and we're pretty much in line flush with the ground level. I had intended to go 3 high and be protruding a little bit, but yeah, I like his plan better. It's less gabion cages to use, less infill. Nice fancy auto leveling laser, lovely bit of equipment. Plonk it on the ground, press a button, auto levels. You've got your little receiver which beeps when it's in line with it. Them's what dreams are made of. One day when it's too late. Progress for now. Guys have gone for lunch, get some more materials. They're down the plumber's merchant getting all of the extra gullies and waste traps that we need for connecting up the pipework, and I need to order some hardcore for surrounding the pipes in the trenches. So lunchtime beckons.
Burning the midnight oil.
Well, it gets dark early these days, so it's only 8 o'clock. The night is young. The aliens aren't going to strap themselves. It is quite slow going.
Finally, the groundworks for the cottage had started and were progressing nicely, albeit noisily, when this happened.
Well, for a place that rarely freezes, zone 10, it's turned into a early winter wonderland. So 2 days into the big dig, and well, yeah, it's forecast to get pretty chilly today. By about 8 or 9 p.m. it's going to be -1, -2 Celsius, and it's going to stay there for a few hours, and then overnight it's going to warm up again. So it looks like it's going to pass reasonably quickly, but this morning is a nice early Christmas treat. So progress update in the snow. The trenches that have been dug for the soakaway, land drain and wastewater from gutters. I don't think there's any foul drainage coming down here. It's all going to be sloping down the other way. So we've got the new rainwater drainage there. There isn't any foul drainage on this side actually, it's only rainwater and land drain. So the original plan was to actually fall in both directions from the centre of the cottage, with the high point being in the middle, with an exit coming out either side of the cottage where I'm standing, and then on the opposite side. But we decided that, well no, we didn't decide, the ground decided for us when he was digging out excavating the trench. Where I'm standing, he hit rock, so decided to change the fall of the drainage to just fall to one side. And there will be the land drain continuing down this side, starting at the highest point in this corner by the rock that he hit, and coming out and heading towards the reclaimed land over by the sycamore where the soakaway crates will be. So yeah, everything getting covered in a nice light dusting of snow. It will probably melt and then refreeze this evening when the temperatures dip even more. Not ideal weather for groundworks. Yeah, so I don't think much is going to be happening today other than trying to stay warm. Oh well, what can you do? Getting a delivery of aggregate while the ponies are loose. Risky business this. It could all go wrong in a split second. And this fella only just fits down the driveway. Well, the fella made it down alive. The horses are back in their back paddock. Yeah, the excitement continues. So we're going to get one more load of this, which is the washed gravel for the drainage. And this fella's going to have to do a little dance, a little 6-point turn to get around there. It's about as tight as it gets, but he just about makes it. So, snowy day on the homestead.
Oh, we just had some aggregate delivered for the building work, and we weren't expecting it because of the weather. So the ponies were out free roaming, so I had to just take the pink stick down there and pop them in their other field. But they're quite happy actually. I gave them some grain as a treat. Oh, we were not ready for this, and I have a hole in my welly. It's time for comment of the week, or should I say comments of the week, because at the time that I'm recording this, a total of 274 of you have left birthday wishes for my nan who turned 100 last week. We are blown away by this, as is she, and we have comments from all over the world, but we've chosen Millie Wood's comment this week because she also asked what my nan's secret is, and if I was going to take a guess, I would say that it is people and laughter, because my nan is a social butterfly and she is always ready to have a good giggle, so I would guess that those are her secrets. We were also chuckling at Millie's comment that that's a lot of garlic we planted, and are we planning to sell it to the French? No, Millie, it's actually all for us, and we'll be talking about why we planted quite so many cloves in an upcoming video. But thank you so much to everybody who leaves us comments. They always make us smile, and they also made my nan smile this week too, so thanks so much everybody. This was just delivered. Okay, one's up there doing the gates. How was that for you?
Cold. Not prepared for this, are we?
No.
The pony's locked away now, yeah?
Yeah.
You give them the grain?
Yeah.
Okay, too cold to stand here.
Okay, let's go in. I can't feel my fingers. What do you need from the house? I'm already in my gear, so I may as well get stuff. I'm getting stuff for lunch.
Get my milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. What? Anyway.
What's happened there?
Huh?
What's happened there?
That's how I feel about life.
What are these Gabion mesh walls doing here?
These are to stop the ponies and their antics around what's been done here. With little names for us to go in and out of.
anti-pony wall.
Anti-pony wall. I'll be going the long way round into the house. One of the challenges of, shall we say, inclement weather is that this is the door to the caravan and we just arrive in our wet gear, dripping on the floor. There's no like buffer between you, your wet, muddy, snowy gear and the living space. As the snow settled and the skies cleared, we began to adjust to the cold crispness and created as much coziness as we could inside of our caravan. And then this happened.
So here we are, morning after the night before, and not in a particularly good way. This is morning after Storm Bert came battering us with, what was it, 1/4 inch of rain every hour all night, and we've got some random walking past. We had 100 kilometre-hour gusts, 60 km/h constant wind, so yeah, pretty intense. Pretty much the most intense we've experienced all year. Not any damage per se. We got all the trenches that the guys have dug, so the soakaway was going here, which is probably a good thing because you can see here how much water it actually fills up with. It's a good 12 inches of water there. So yeah, not too much carnage, not too much damage. We kind of know what to expect now. We've seen a handful of storms since we've landed here, so we know what gets shaken and blown around and all the rest of it. So no surprises today really. So we were able to kind of batten down the hatches, strap things down that we knew were kind of at risk of getting knocked over or blown away. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the worst of it really. The ponies were a little bit nervous, a little bit skittish first thing. They always are with the winds. So yeah, obviously being Saturday, the lads aren't on site, so work has not progressed since you last saw it. Yeah, it's just kind of wet and blustery still. The remnants of Storm Bert hanging around. We're actually going to be celebrating Corrie's birthday around our neighbours this evening, so that'd be nice. That's the progress I've made on the gabion cages so far. That took a good 3 hours to get to that stage, so that's about a third, just shy of a third full. So I might spend a couple of hours today topping up the remainder of the stone in there. The biggest struggle really is actually getting the stone from getting the beautiful gabion stone and the recycled broken up concrete from the slab. The biggest challenge is getting that in the wheelbarrow down what is turned into quite a muddy swamp. So the route down there, you can see this load of standing water down at the base there, shifting 150 kilo worth of stone on solid ground would have been fast enough, but to actually do it on like soft mud with the tyres just sinking in is quite a challenge, doing a dance down that muddy quagmire with 150 kilo of stone.
Maybe wherever you are in the world it just snows in November and it's no big deal and you're like, what are they making such a fuss about? It's just not the case here. It really rarely snows at all, and from what we've heard of, and our experience in the UK is very similar climate, never in November. My birthday's in November, and since I left Canada as a small child, I have never ever seen snow anywhere near my birthday.
I can't even remember the last time it snowed.
No. So because of that, we're just not equipped for it, are we?
Not equipped, not prepared, physically, mentally,
yeah,
emotionally.
Specifically emotionally. Yeah. No, we were picking the slows, having just the nicest time. We were like, this extended warm weather into autumn was really just treating us, it was spoiling us. That's what it was doing. And the thing is, it hasn't given us any time to kind of acclimate to the temperature change. And the other thing is, as you've seen there, we're in the middle of Storm Bert, so we've gone from warm weather to really cold weather to then really crazy windy hail and the likes. So it's just, it's kind of whiplash around here. Weather whiplash. Yeah. So in case you're wondering what it's like living in a caravan in what were the wind speeds again?
100 kilometres an hour, 60 miles an hour.
And often, and it wasn't just constantly blowing, it was kind of like buffeting around and occasionally just slapping the side of the caravan all night. You had a good way of describing it.
Yeah, it was like driving down the motorway or highway at like 70 miles an hour, and then when you wind your window down, that's what it felt like being in our bed.
Yes. So yeah, think of us when you're tucked up cozy and you don't even know that there's a storm raging outside. Although it was kind of cool because in the middle of all of that wind, we came in here in the cottage and you didn't even know that there was a storm raging.
Yeah.
So one day we'll be cozy and snug in here.
3 foot thick walls have their advantages.
They certainly do. So the thing that's getting us through so far, in addition to just cranking up the caravan heater and making many, many cups of tea, is our mantra. What is it?
Just one winter.
Just one winter.
That's all it's going to take
Yeah.
before we're in the cottage
Yeah.
with not just one form of heating, multiple form of heating.
Oh, so much heating.
We'll have the ground source heat pump commissioned. We'll have a log burner commissioned in that fireplace right there.
Imagine such luxuries.
Yeah. We'll be warm and dry
Next winter.
next winter.
Just one winter. We just got to hold on and stay alive through one winter.
It was kind of on the limit, wasn't it?
It was.
We had the heating cranked up to max, and yeah, in the freezing conditions, it just about keeps it like, I wouldn't necessarily say comfortable, but
No.
like livable.
Yeah, we could stay alive through
Yeah.
the night. Yeah. If we're sounding dramatic, it has felt that way.
That's the reality, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we chose this, so
Oh yeah.
don't feel sorry for us.
I mean, you feel a bit sorry.
But we can still complain about it.
We chose it and we choose to complain about it.
Yeah.
No, it's just, we also just want to be really real about what it's like here. Like we like making fun of things and having a good time, and I'm definitely one for like seeing the best in situations. And we also just want to be honest about it's a bit rough.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, you've got to be optimistic. You've got to be a little bit kind of hardy and
Deluded to get yourself in this situation in the first place. But,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Not the most comfortable. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it.
No.
But,
Character building.
yeah, but you know, you've got to follow your dreams, right?
Absolutely. Join us next week and we'll see how Storm Bert finishes out. Hopefully not too much damage. What are we going to be cracking on with?
Well, the groundworks will have restarted.
Yep.
The gabion walls will be built. Well, the groundworks is kind of split into 2 phases. So we're doing all of the stuff around the cottage. So all of the renewal of the wastewater, sewerage and rainwater pipework. And the second phase will be the geothermal pipe dig and all of that good stuff.
Lots and lots of groundwork.
Lots of groundwork, lots of mud, many hours for digger man in the digger and the dumper. It looks a big mess. Yeah.
So join us then for, well, more what?
Well, it's not necessarily bumble it's muddle though.
Hard graft.
Yeah, we're rolling around in the mud.
So, see you next week.
See you, folks. Whilst he's put one of these on.
Just waiting for you to warm up in both senses.
You made me take my jacket off, so I'm now cold. Make us.
You want to do break first so I can say the latter.
You make us or break us.
What have we got a feeling about?